We do know that 2023 in the Pac-12 is going to be one of, if not, the greatest college quarterback conferences, for lack of a better term, quarterback conferences in the history of college football. What is up, everybody? It is Jake with Master of Football back at it again. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to be up to date on everything college football, pro football, Madden, EA college football, NFL draft, anything related to American football, hit the red subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. Also, the like button too, and follow on Twitter /X. That fam is growing. Without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, guys, here we are in a situation where 0 weeks about to happen. We're getting ready for that. We're looking at the Pac-12, and again, the Pac-12 is in a really, really bad spot. Projecting to the future, we're looking at the situation that USC, UCLA, Washington, and now Oregon are joining those two, heading on to the Big Ten. The four corner schools, Colorado originally, and then Utah, Arizona State are all joining the Big 12. Washington State, Oregon State, and then Cal and Stanford are kind of in a weird spot right there, so we don't really know what the future is going to hold for them. However, we do know that 2023 in the Pac-12 is going to be one of, if not, the greatest college quarterback conferences, for lack of a better term, quarterback conferences in the history of college football. What we're going to do really quickly here is we're going to go through an article talking about that because it truly is historic. Up until you check it out, you're like, there's no way they have that many accolades going on. Yes, they do. They have that much stats and accolades and this and that. We're going to go through each and every player, kind of see what's going on there. And then we're going to go through all those accolades together because I'm telling you, when I start to list this off, it is absolutely shocking when you hear all these accolades from all the quarterbacks collectively. Let's get into that article right now. Right here on ESPN.com, it says, with one of the most impressive QB classes ever, the Pac-12 is going out passing. And again, it comes down here and says the Pac-12 has been reduced to embers after college sports' latest round of realignment, and there is natural temptation to assign blame. I already know who to blame, Cal and Stanford. Anyways, there's a lot to go around: terrible leadership, bad timing, regional apathy, and a lengthy list of poor, pivotal decisions. The conference's consistent lack of relevance in the CFP picture exacerbated things, and its reputation suffered as a result. A big thing there, if you look at that, California and Georgia produce roughly about the same amount of high-quality players at the top. California has 3 times the population as Georgia. So California's always struggled with developing defensive linemen. Oh, they're okay on offensive linemen. Defensive linemen, they have a little bit of an issue there. That's the big reason why the Pac-12 top-flight teams play SEC top-flight teams. SEC teams do better is because those defensive lines in the SEC are much better than the defensive lines in the Pac-12. That being said, though, one thing you have to remember here is the Pac-12 quarterback play has always been good. We're actually going to see down here a couple different spots here how good they are collectively, but we continue on. He says, just don't blame the quarterbacks. Though it all went wrong, there is one problem the Pac-12 has never been credibly accused of having, and that is an inability to deliver a fantastically entertaining product on a game-by-game basis. In an era that rewards conferences for competitive inequity, the Pac-12 delivered parity and unforgivable sin as it turned out. And again, big thing there, if you remember, the fact that USC and UCLA, they probably wanted a little bit more money because we're in the bigger markets. Why does Washington State and Oregon State get the same amount of money? There was a tiered payment system, and then they went to an even payment system, had a league parity. However, that ultimately led to them going away because USC and UCLA only wanted more money, and they're getting it in the Big Ten. There are no good reasons to believe this won't be the final season of Pac-12 football. If by some stretch of luck the conference finds a way to exist, it will be unrecognizable. And again, we went over that before. Basically, the fact even if they do exist, it's going to be some weird Pac-12 Mountain West or Pac-12 American or Pac-12 Mountain American, whatever it is. It's going to be some weird conglomeration of those teams. It says here, the cruel irony is that the Pac-12 is a business failure more than anything else. The product it has going on into 2023 should be as valuable as any in college football. There are good teams, 5 ranked in the top 18 of the preseason AP poll, but the uniqueness is in the talented collection of quarterbacks. This group features the reigning Heisman Trophy winner, last year's NCAA FBS leader in passing yards per game, 2-time Pac-12 champion, Johnny Unitas Golden Arm finalist, a former Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year, former number 1 quarterback recruit, and two former Walter Payton Award finalists. It will make you pull their hair out, Washington defensive coordinator William Ng said. Not only does it project as the best group of signal callers, few, if any, conferences in college football history have ever had the group accomplishment this group is going into a season. For half a century, the conference has been a standard bearer for quarterback play. It helped produce the launch of careers of John Elway, Aaron Rodgers, Troy Aikman, Warren Moon, Andrew Luck, Carson Palmer, Drew Bledsoe, and so many more. So, like it has for so long, the Conference of Champions is going out passing. And this is absolutely freakish. When you look at this stat right here at the top, it says most pass touchdowns by a conference since 2005. It goes with the class, the sum of the passing touchdowns entering the count of the players and the total TDs per quarterback. You see the fact that down here we have a 2022 Big Ten with 30.1, 2022 Pac-12, 2009 Big 12, 2014 Pac-12, 2008 Big 12, 2015 Pac-12, and at the very top, by almost 100 more than the year previous, or than the class previous. 2023's Pac-12 class has 517 career touchdown passes entering it, 12 quarterbacks. They average 43 touchdowns per quarterback. Almost 10 behind them was the Pac-12 in 2015. This class is absolutely freakishly good. Now, two of the teams that are having an issue here, and again, not only in finding their quarterbacks, but also through realignment, is Stanford and Cal. If you look at them right now, Stanford currently has a three-way battle between Sam Jackson V, Fernando Mendoza, or Ben Finley. Ben Finley, a transfer from North Carolina State. Sam Jackson is a transfer from TCU. As you're going to see here, a common theme here, most of these quarterbacks are actually transfers. They were at a school, they left, and now they're tearing it up in the Pac-12. And then Stanford here, it's got Ari Patu. He's a quarterback. We'll see what he is, but he's right now projected. From all I can find of the quarterback competition out there in Stanford, he is the best returning guy for them so far. So we start off in the mountain part of the country with Shedeur Sanders. And again, like we said before, transferred from Jackson State. We see Jackson State, his first year, 30 touchdowns, 8 picks. 3,200 yards. This last year, 3,700 yards, 40 touchdowns, 6 picks. He returns, again, with 65 new players in Colorado. Nobody has any idea what to expect. I personally, if you guys remember my video before, I expect him to go over 3.5 wins this season, probably 4 or 5. I'm just saying something like that. But again, I have a bet on that. But Shedeur Sanders, he is a dark horse he's a good guy out there. So again, we have Shedeur Sanders out there in the mountains. We go to Utah, and we have your boy Cam Rising. He is listed as questionable right now, because he's recovering from an ACL tear. However, if you look at your boy down here, first season as a true starter, 20 touchdowns, 5 picks. The next season, 26 touchdowns, 8 picks, 2-time Pac-12 champion, reigning Pac-12 champion, the Utah Utes. He transferred from Texas. And then another solid transfer we have down here is Bo Nix, transferred over from Auburn. So we see the fact Auburn, he won the SEC Freshman of the Year, 16 touchdowns, 6 picks, then 12-7, then 11-3. Not so great in those games. This last season absolutely broke out. 30-point jump in rating, 29 touchdowns, 7 picks, 3,500 yards, almost 72% completion. Really, really turned around there for the Ducks. And then DJU, 6'4", 255, former 5-star player, former top 5 player overall in the country. Last year for Clemson, he had a down year. He eventually transferred. It didn't really work out. Last year for Clemson, he had 22 passing touchdowns. He was 4th in the ACC in passing touchdowns last season. He's probably going to be 9th or 10th in the Pac-12. That's how deep the league is this season. And then your boy, Michael Penix. Michael Penix is a freak because he actually transferred, and the same with the DJU transfer from Clemson to Oregon State. Michael Penix was at Indiana, started for multiple seasons. This last year, though, 31 touchdowns, 8 picks, 4,600 passing yards, 151 rating. Absolutely tore it up for the Washington Huskies. And don't forget my boy Cam Ward over here. Cam Ward, again, comes over from Incarnate Word, surprisingly. Very first season, 24 touchdowns, 4 picks. Next season, 47 touchdowns, 10 picks. Last year for Washington State, had a down year of almost a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, 23 touchdowns, 9 interceptions for the Washington State Cougars. And then, of course, Caleb Williams. I mean, let's just make sure we're clear. So Caleb Williams, first season, he was at Oklahoma, 21 touchdowns, 4 picks, then 42-5 this last season. 4,500 yards, tons of rushing stats, absolutely killed it. Heisman Trophy winner, so he's doing really good. We go over to the other side of LA. We see the fact that although he doesn't have any experience, he's definitely talented. So we got your boy Dante Moore, 6'2.5", 210, number 4 overall player in the country, number 3 quarterback, number 1 player in Michigan. He is an absolute stud. He is going to be the starting quarterback for UCLA Bruins in 2023. And I didn't forget about those Arizona schools. We come out here and check out Jaden DeLaura, who transferred from Washington State. He did really good as well himself. 23 touchdowns, 9 picks in 2021, and then 25 touchdowns, 13 picks for the Arizona Wildcats in 2022. And then for Arizona State, remember here, Jaden Rashada, former 4-star player, almost a 5-star player, top 50 player overall, was offered $13 million to go play for Florida, accepted, went to Florida. They eventually backed out of that because of an NIL deal. There was a big write-up about that, but he is going to be the starting quarterback for them. So other than the Bay Area, they've basically got 10 studs. So I've been able to compile all of this and listen to this list of accomplishments by the starting quarterbacks in 2023 in the Pac-12. Jerry Rice Award winner 2020, Jerry Rice Award winner in 2021, Deacon Jones Award winner 2022, Heisman Trophy winner 2022, Maxwell Award winner 2022, Walter Camp Award winner 2022, Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Year 2022, Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year 2021, First Team All Pac-12 2021, First Team All Pac-12 2022, Second Team All Big 10 2020, Second Team All Big 12 2021, Second Team All Pac-12 2022, SEC Freshman of the Year in 2019, Pac-12 Championship Game MVP 2022, number 2 player in the country in 2020 and a 5-star player, number 4 player in the country in 2023 and a 5-star, and the number 44 player in 2023 and a 4-star. Also, that guy who was the number 44 player was offered $13 million to play for Florida. So that's what's coming back to the Pac-12 in 2023. It's the last season it's going to happen here, but there's certainly plenty of accomplishment and ability on the field. You should enjoy the Pac-12 in this current iteration. It will not be the same in the future. All right, guys, get in the comments right now. Let me know what you think about the Pac-12. I am super excited about it. I know some people aren't. They're like, Pac-12, they don't play real football. First of all, the Pac-12 just takes quarterbacks seriously. They're much better at it. They're much better at developing them and pushing them forward. Again, no shock to the SEC, no shock to the Big 10, Big 12, and everybody like that. But I do know the Pac-12, they've got one thing that they've always done well, quarterback play 2023, and their swan song, it will be good too. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all that stuff. I really appreciate it. That's it for me, guys. I'll see you guys later. I am out.